Hello, I'm Neil Harmsworth, and as a transformational life coach, I have seen hundreds and hundreds of people's lives radically and rapidly transformed. Today I'm going to give you a few of the key points of why transformational life coaching or prayer ministry is so effective. All right, but first, let me ask you this. Have you ever wondered why it's so difficult to be who you want to be and do what you say you want to do? I have. And the reason is because we live out of our hearts. We will always live out of our hearts. We think one thing, but we can actually believe something very different. And when push comes to shove, the pressure's on, we always live out of our heart. So the key is to realize that emotion is God-given. We're supposed to feel the highs and the lows. And if properly recognized, emotion will tell us what is actually going on deep down in our hearts. It's a little bit like the lights on the dash of your car. You're driving down the highway at night, it's dark and raining, and a warning light comes on, low oil, low oil. Well, it's obnoxious. It's hard to see. It's blinding. It's discouraging. So, how clever would it be to pull off the side of the highway, get out your duct tape, put 3 inches over that light, pull back onto the highway and keep going? Well, you're going to have some serious trouble down the road, even though temporarily you blocked that annoying warning light on the dash. Well, our emotions are the same way. They're trying to say, whoa, there's something going on inside. Let's take care of it before we have a crisis. Unfortunately, in Western culture, we're taught to really not put a lot of value in our emotions, but just to keep on going, do the right thing. So, emotions are the key. Emotions are always connected to thoughts and or beliefs. Emotions don't just float around on their own. They are coming from thinking and believing. So that it's like they radiate out from what we believe. So that's important to recognize. The other key thing to understanding why this method works so well in helping people is to remember that from conception to 10 years, 7 to 10 years old, children are completely egocentric. Everything is about them. And partly what's going on there is they're trying to figure out, am I loved? Am I valuable? Do I have a destiny? All these identity level questions. So, consequently, every experience they have is interpreted through that lens. You see, every experience you and I have ever had and ever will have is stored away in our memory banks, like file folders full of information, sights and sounds and smells, and at the bottom of it all, there's a conclusion. What did this experience mean? So if you're 5 years old, you have this disappointing experience, your little heart probably adopted some kind of a conclusion like, I guess this means I'm not valuable. And that gets planted in your heart, in your soul, and it hurts. Negative beliefs always radiate emotional pain. Okay, another important thing is that to resolve these problems, we will find ways like self-medicating, becoming big and angry to keep people at a distance so they don't hurt us again, all kinds of dysfunctional ways, including shopping, eating, going to church every time the door is open. We will find a way to soothe the pain in our subconscious. So, ancient wisdom says, be transformed by the renewing of your mind. And in that particular passage, mind is not rational thinking mind. It is heart level. It's soul. It's about belief system. So again, it would more completely read, be transformed, like end your bad habits, start your good habits, love better, communicate better, all that. Be transformed by the renewing of your belief system. Now, I happen to believe that even once we find flaws in our belief system, we can't talk ourselves out of them. They're like in concrete. And that's the unique part of what I do. I help people find those lies, those wrong beliefs at a heart level, usually in childhood experiences. And then, unlike most counseling methods where you tell the client to go away and don't think like that anymore, just put lots of sticky notes up and change the way you believe, I've tried that. It's exhausting and it really doesn't work. So the cool thing about what we do is our clients find the source of their pain and the lies in them, and then we invite an encounter with God. You see, God spoke the mountains and the sea into existence, and when He speaks to a human heart, in whatever way He chooses, it recreates. It brings truth where there was misinterpretation. So again, the little 5-year-old has this experience, interprets it to mean, I'm unworthy of love. Well, somehow in His supernatural way, God can revisit that place, almost like make it now, make it present, and reinterpret it at a heart level. So the truth comes through an encounter, the lie is pushed out of the way, and truth always brings peace and joy. And that's what we're after. Now, with our heart, our belief system at peace, we're able to do what as adults we know we want to do or should do. We're not being influenced by old beliefs. So in a nutshell, that's how it works. For further details on what a session would actually look like, you can look for the message, What a Session Involves, and I'll go into some more detail in that message. All right. Well, in the meantime, God bless.